Chapter 33: The Lies of Linked Ring Cave. Unmasking the Demon's Trickery. The tale of the Tang Priest and his disciples, as they journeyed westward, was one filled with trials and tribulations, each challenge a test of their faith and resolve. As they departed from the grateful king of Dharmarespectia, the royal carriage bore them through lands both wondrous and treacherous, the memory of the king's thanks echoing in their minds as they pressed on. As they approached a great mountain, the Tang Priest's heart grew heavy with trepidation. The peaks loomed ominously, their jagged edges piercing the sky like the fangs of some slumbering beast. The winds howled, and the clouds swirled above, casting shadows that seemed to dance with a sinister intent. Wukong, ever the stalwart, sought to reassure his master, his words a balm to the Tang Priest's fears. But the elder's unease was not so easily dispelled, for he knew that the path ahead was fraught with peril. The very air seemed charged with a malevolent energy, a force that sought to thwart their holy mission. As they ventured deeper into the mountain's embrace, the landscape transformed. The once verdant forest gave way to a realm of stark beauty and hidden dangers. The birds and beasts of the woods were replaced by the growls of wolves and the roars of tigers, their ferocity a constant reminder of the wildness that lay just beneath the surface of this enchanted land. It was in these treacherous woods that the disciples first encountered the evil spirit, a being of immense power and cunning. The creature, with his steel-like fangs and golden eyes that glinted with malice, sat at the heart of a maelstrom of wind and mist, his presence a dark stain upon the land. Wukong, ever the clever one, knew that a direct confrontation with such a foe would be folly. Instead, he devised a plan, a ruse that would see his brother Pig, the ever-hungry Zhu Beiji, lured into the spirit's lair. The ruse was simple yet effective. Wukong spun a tale of a nearby village, its pious inhabitants offering succor to weary travelers in the form of food and shelter. Pig, his appetite whetted by the promise of sustenance, eagerly took the bait. He transformed himself into a more pleasing visage, a monk of modest stature, and ventured forth to seek out the village that was not there. It was a trap, and Pig soon found himself surrounded by the minions of the evil spirit, his very life hanging in the balance. The battle that ensued was fierce, a clash of wills and strength that echoed through the mountains. Pig, armed with his trusty nine-toothed rake, fought with all the ferocity of a cornered beast, his every blow a testament to his determination to survive. As the fight raged, Wukong watched from the shadows, his heart heavy with the knowledge that his trickery had led his brother into danger. But it was not in the great sage to stand idly by, and with a cry that shook the very heavens, he leapt into the fray. The presence of Wukong was enough to turn the tide of the battle. Pig, inspired by his brother's arrival, fought with renewed vigor, his rake a blur of motion as he drove the demons back. The evil spirit, unable to withstand the combined might of the two disciples, was forced to retreat, his plans thwarted for the moment. But the respite was short-lived. As Wukong and Pig returned to their master, they found the Tang Priest missing, taken by the evil spirit while their attention was elsewhere. The realization struck them like a physical blow, the gravity of their situation sinking in with a chilling finality. The search for the Tang Priest was on. Wukong, Pig, and Friar Sand combed the mountain, their calls echoing through the empty passes, the silence of the land a stark contrast to the chaos that had preceded it. It was in the heart of the mountain, in a cave shrouded in darkness and malice, that the Tang Priest was held captive, bound and alone. He was the picture of despair, his thoughts filled with the weight of his failure and the consequences it would have for the souls he sought to save. The evil spirit, reveling in his victory, planned his next move. He listened as his commander of the vanguard, the one who had orchestrated the capture of the Tang Priest, spoke of a plan to divide and conquer the remaining disciples. The Demon King's laughter was a chilling promise of the horrors to come. As the Tang Priest languished in his bonds, he was not alone. A woodcutter, also a captive of the evil spirit, shared his plight. The two men, bound by circumstance, found solace in their shared suffering, their conversations a lifeline in the face of their grim reality. The woodcutter spoke of his mother, of the love and duty that bound him to her, and the Tang Priest, in turn, spoke of his mission and the weight of the expectations that rested upon his shoulders. Their words were a testament to the enduring power of hope, even in the darkest of times. In the heart of a treacherous mountain range, the loyal and valiant great sage monkey found himself in a dire predicament. His master, the revered Tang Priest, had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a white horse and a pile of forlorn luggage. The sight of the abandoned belongings sent a chill down Monkey's spine, and with a heavy heart, he hoisted the carrying pole onto his shoulder and led the horse up the mountain, calling out for his master. As he scoured the mountain top, hope flickered when his fellow disciples, the gluttonous pig and the stoic friar Sand, appeared. Their faces told tales of their own struggles, for they too had been lured away by a cunning demon. The realization dawned on them that their master had fallen into the clutches of this nefarious creature, and a sense of urgency gripped their hearts. The trio, now united in their quest, pressed on through the rugged terrain, their eyes peeled for any sign of the demon's lair. After hours of arduous travel, they stumbled upon a cave palace, nestled at the foot of a towering cliff. The sight was both eerie and magnificent, with its clean-cut pinnacles and grotesque-shaped rocks, a place that seemed to defy the very nature of the world. The cave's entrance was adorned with a horizontal stone tablet, inscribed with the words Linked Ring Cave, Broken Bridge, Hidden Mists Mountain. A sense of dread washed over Monkey as he realized that this was the abode of the demon who had ensnared his master. With a fierce determination, he ordered Pig to strike the gates, demanding the release of the Tang Priest. The gates, once impenetrable, now lay in ruins as Pig's rake smashed through them. The junior demons within scrambled to inform their leader, the great king of the southern mountains, of the impending doom that approached. The Demon King, a formidable figure, was initially dismissive of Pig's threat, but his confidence wavered when he learned that the great sage himself was at the gates. A plan was hastily devised by the demon's vanguard commander, a cunning creature who suggested they deceive Monkey with a fake human head. The Demon King, desperate and fearful, complied, and a piece of willow root was transformed into a lifelike replica of a human skull. This ruse was presented to Monkey, who, however, was not so easily fooled. With a discerning eye and a quick wit, he exposed the deception and demanded the real head of his master. The demons, now in a state of panic, resorted to their darkest reserves and produced a fresh human head, claiming it to be that of the Tang Priest. The sight of the gore-streaked head was too much for Pig and Friar Sand, who wept openly, but Monkey, though heartbroken, maintained his composure. He knew that without a body, the head was useless, and he vowed to avenge his master. With renewed vigor, Monkey and Pig stormed the cave, their weapons flashing in the dim light. The demons, led by the great king, put up a valiant fight, but they were no match for the disciples' determination. The battle raged on, a cacophony of clashing steel and roars of fury echoing through the mountains. As the fight wore on, Monkey, ever the strategist, used his body-dividing magic to create an army of duplicates, each wielding a golden cudgel. The demons, overwhelmed and outmatched, were driven back into the depths of the cave. The great sage and Pig fought their way through the enemy ranks, their every strike a testament to their fallen master's teachings. In the chaos, the great king of the southern mountains managed to escape on a cloud of wind, leaving his vanguard commander to meet a grisly end at the hands of Monkey's cudgel. The creature, revealed to be an iron-backed gray wolf ogre, was dispatched without mercy. With the battle won, Monkey and Pig returned to the grave they had prepared for their master, only to find that Friar Sand was still mourning. The sight of his fellow disciples' sorrow was too much for Monkey, and he decided to investigate further. He retraced his steps and found a back entrance to the cave, guarded by a drain pipe from which red water flowed. Transforming into a water rat, Monkey slipped into the drain and made his way into the heart of the enemy's lair. There, he discovered the truth. The Tang Priest was still alive, bound and weeping beneath the shadows of the trees. Overwhelmed with relief, Monkey reassured his master and vowed to end the demon's tyranny once and for all. With a plan in place, Monkey returned to the cave and set about freeing the Tang Priest. He then confronted the sleeping demons, using his sleep insects to incapacitate them. As the creatures slumbered, Monkey and Pig prepared a bonfire that would consume the cave and its inhabitants, ensuring that no evil would ever again plague the mountain. The fire raged, and the demons met their end, their screams lost in the roar of the flames. The great sage, with Pig's help, carried the unconscious form of the great king of the southern mountains out into the open, where Pig delivered the final blow, reducing the demon to his true form, a leopard spirit with a coat patterned like mugwort flowers. As the smoke cleared, the Tang Priest and his disciples stood victorious, their journey's path now clear. They were invited to the home of a grateful woodcutter, whose life they had saved from the clutches of the Demon King. In his humble abode, they shared a meal of wild vegetables, a simple yet heartfelt gesture of gratitude from the woodcutter and his mother. With their bellies full and their spirits lifted, the Tang Priest and his disciples bid farewell to their hosts and continued their westward journey. If you want to know what happened afterwards, listen to the explanation in the next installment.